Hello, this is the Timber Cove Trail Annual Report 2015, and this is Hannah Claiborne, Trail Supporter Chairman. About a year ago, a group of trail supporters formed with the following long-range goals: to create a budget line item to fund a trail survey, contract for a professional survey of trails, clear and maintain the existing trail system, and encourage voluntary extension and improvement of that trail system. Last June, the board allocated $6,000 for a survey of the trails. Volunteers promised to do much of the pre-survey work to find the existing survey markers to keep our survey costs down. On August 1st, 18 trail volunteers in total, in two teams, proceeded to search for surveyors' markers along the easement from Umland Circle to Bufano Court and Ruoff, and the end of Lyons Court to Frost Court and Kundal to the end of Davis Way. On August 22nd, a work crew of 7 volunteers found survey markers along the entire Smith Court all the way to Umland Circle. The Water Board, under Chris Kilgore and other volunteers, cleared and surveyed the trail along the northern boundary of the subdivision with Timber Hill Ranch. The trails still needing pre-survey work are the stretch from Cofftonow to Timber Cove Road to the east end of the subdivision, the Ruoff Drive leg of the Bufano Court Trail, Lyons Court to Timber Cove Creek, Davis Way to Timber Cove Creek, and Nineveh Drive to the coast. As our survey volunteers move through our subdivision looking for these markers, we're also going back in time, learning the history of our subdivision. We find the work of other trail committees that preceded us, like this trail marker on Smith Court, one of 3 remaining signs that are a testament to an earlier time when these trails were cleared and maintained. Our new trail supporter group is a work committee, which means that every person is there to do their part to support our local private trails with work, money, or effort. Right now, we are approaching about 45 members. In the upper left that you see here is the surveyor's gold, what's called a section marker, an iron pin surrounded by concrete. We've been lucky enough to borrow very sensitive and expensive metal detectors, as shown by our youngest volunteer at upper right, and we use 300-foot tapes to find these markers. It isn't always easy, as shown by our other volunteers here, who must try to figure out locations on the maps or clear the way. Most often we find something more like this, a rusted iron pin, but pounded far into the ground so that we can only see the very top, and sometimes we can only find it by digging. Now that we've located most of our trails, we can say that they have a great variety, but all are beautiful and will truly be an asset to our community. From gorgeous ocean views, uphill and down dale, this trail, by the way, will be developed with gentle switchbacks. We have a 20-foot easement which allows that. And some on easy open terrain that will only take just a little bit of clearing to open the way. In the coming year, we hope to continue achieving our goals, specifically finishing up with pre-survey work, contracting for a professional survey, and clearing and identifying our trails for you to use. Our Timber Cove trails have been around since about 1965. Elda Samuelson, who has owned property here almost since the beginning, described the early days to me on the phone. She talked passionately about walking in the woods and going to the beach. These were some of the things that helped her and her young children heal after the untimely death of her husband. As an artist herself, she knew and socialized with developer Richard Clements, photographer Ansel Adams, and sculptor Benny Bufano. And she attests to their unanimous wish that Timber Cove subdivision be a haven for living and playing, communing with nature, and creating art. She emphasized how important the trails and beach accesses were to that vision for all of them. Although they no doubt had faults, these people were faultlessly altruistic and idealistic. They envisioned a place where residents could be close to nature, and never need plod along asphalt as we do in urban places, where the forest and the trees are nature's cathedral and the trails our path to worship there. Thank you.